Hi and good evening. I can see Anita has already joined in. Can I just get a thumbs up from Anita if I'm audible? Shalu Varsha, hi, good evening to you too. Muskan, hi Muskan, very good evening. Vikas Kumar, hello Vikas. So I'll just wait for another 30, 40 seconds so that all our friends, people who wants to join with us in this session can join in. How are you, ma'am? Oh, I'm absolutely fantastic and I'm doing good, Vikas. Thank you so much for your concern and I hope you are doing too well. Dilon saying, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, my dear. Good evening. And who else? Who else? Do tell me. Dolly Yadav. Good evening, Dolly. How are you? Okay. Simu Gagandeep. चलो मेरे बच्चे आ गए. सिमू गगनदीप डॉली अनीता विकास जिलो सारे लोगों को बहुत बहुत वेलकम टू दिस शो बिकॉज today's session is going to be a very special session and before that let me tell you this is Parmita Dhar streaming live from Calcutta on this very special session organized by the SKD University Hanumangarh Rajasthan absolutely free of cost for the students of the country, all over the country. They have not restricted it for their own students only. So that's something wonderful we should learn from this university how to spread education, how to spread awareness. Well, today our topic for discussion is something I do not know if that would be interesting to you or not, but for me, it is very, very interesting. Do tell me if you find any interest when I tell you the name of the topic, though it is written on the top of the screen as well, we are going to discuss about personality development today. Today we are going to discuss about personality development, and I am not very sure how far. Namaste, Rajendra Kumar Singh. Namaste, ma'am. How, mm, mm, कैसे हो मैं बहुत अच्छी हूँ राजेंद्र थैंक यू फॉर द कंसर्न एंड या सो प्रियंका हाय प्रियंका नमस्ते मैम जी नमस्ते प्रियंका जी so tell me how are you um, interested about personality development. What does personality development, I mean, do you think it is something that we need to understand and learn? जल्दी जल्दी से मुझे बोलो. I will share my PPT and I'll be doing a lecture session as well. Now, what is personality? What is personality? You know, this can be a topic for discussion for hours because there are personality types, there are personality traits, there are so many ways, personality training, personality identification, so on and so forth. But for us who are not going more into the academic or the theoretical details of it, we will try to understand what is a generic positive personality and how we can develop that. I believe all of us, yes, Muskan, you're absolutely right. Our attitude actually talks about our personality. So it is something we will which we will learn so that we can take care of our own personality because you people are Chandrakala. Hello, I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in this session. Personality is most important in our life. That is what Anita is saying, isn't it? Is Rajinder Kumar Anita? Some Anita? और राजेंद्र कुमार का नाम क्या है? राजेंद्र कुमार ही है या अनीता का नाम राजेंद्र कुमार मतलब वो आईडी से वो लॉग इन कर रही है. Whatever. So we will try because you know all of you all of you are actually at a stage where your personality will uh, get better and better over the time, where your personality will get better and better over the time, right? So let us now understand what is personality all about. Now, personality, as someone has already written, our attitude, yes, our attitude has to do a lot about personality. So in a situation, how am I going to react, or how am I going to handle the situation, depends upon our personality, depends upon our attitude, depends upon our perception, depends upon our perception. Yes, Anita. See, I remember. So every individual has their own characteristics, has their own way of behaving, responding to emotions, perceiving things, right? And look at the world from their own perception, right? From their own perception. And um, two individuals are never similar. They can never be absolutely similar. Two individuals are absolutely two different individuals. They might have some common traits, but they will not be identical. जैसे हम लोग का फिंगरप्रिंट्स है ना, फिंगरप्रिंट्स जब नार्कोटिक में कुछ होता है, कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी में का है, तो फिंगरप्रिंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ना? बिकॉज राजेंद्र कुमार ने क्या लिखा, राजेंद्र बिस्सू, ना ही आज से ना ही हाँ, मतलब पता नहीं चला. Yeah, I understand. So Rajendra Kumar is someone else, and okay, that's Nancy. Rajendra Kumar is Nancy and Rajendra Bisu is Anita. समझ में आ गया बेटा लोग? तो आप लोग उस पे ध्यान अभी थोड़ा कम दो और ज्यादा ध्यान देते हैं पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के और. So it depends upon our uh, mindset, it depends upon our growing, it depends upon our environment, like a thing happening. अगर कुछ, ये मेरा हेडफोन है जिससे जिसके सहारे मैं आप लोगों को पढ़ाती हूँ, अगर ये अचानक से भी टूट जाए तो मैं कैसे रिएक्ट करूँ? या मेरे घर में जो बच्चे हैं, अगर वो खेलते खेलते इसको तोड़ दे तो मैं कैसे रिएक्ट करूं? देयर वुड बी पेरेंट्स हु वुड से कि ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, जो हुआ देखा हो गया, अब उसका हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? देयर आर पेरेंट्स हु विल स्कोल्ड द चाइल्ड, देयर वुड बी पेरेंट्स हु विल बीट द चाइल्ड, देयर वुड बी पेरेंट्स हु विल not let the child punish the child, राइट? अगर आप लोग ऐसा करोगे, आप लोगों के साथ ऐसा होगा, तो हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू डील विद इट? हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू डील विद इट? यू टेल मी. How are you going to deal with it? Tell me. If somebody breaks something which is your very very favorite thing, maybe a headphone, a earphone, an earpod, how are you going to deal with it? आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर. अगर किसी ने आपका कोई एक बहुत पसंदीदा चीज, जैसे कि ईयरफोन हो, हेडफोन हो, ईयर प्लग्स हो, ईयर पॉड्स हो, तोड़ दे, तो आप कैसे रिएक्ट करोगे? जल्दी से मुझे आप बताओ. बाय द टाइम लेट मी टेल यू हाउ पर्सनालिटी इज डेवलप्ड, व्हाट एन इंडिविजुअल सीज in his childhood, right? And most importantly, during his or her growing up years, that actually forms the personality. That actually forms the personality. अच्छा, समझाते लेकिन पीटने से कुछ नहीं होता. Anita is saying so. Okay, very, very wise thought, Anita. Simu and Gagandeep is saying sad and angry. I agree with you. I agree with you. कभी कभी इतना गुस्सा आता है ना कि लगता है कि एकदम उठा के मार दे, लेकिन ऐसा हम लोग कर नहीं पाते हैं. Sad and angry. Yes, sadness is always there. Sadness is always there. Right? So how our personality is being developed, our personality is being developed from what we see in our or experience during our childhood days, and most importantly during our growing up years, right? How I see my parents behaving with each other, how I see my family members behaving with each other, that leads to my personality. That leads to my personality, right? I will be somewhere down the line like that only, but when I grow up, when I become mature, when I become sensible, right? What I do, I understand that what is right and what is wrong, and I try to put a finis. I try to put a finis, a cover मैं अपने personality के ऊपर देना चाहती हूँ, because we all possess certain personality traits, right? And a mix of good, और वो personality क्या है, that is a mix of good and a mix of bad. ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे मेरे पर्सनालिटी में सारा कुछ पॉजिटिव ही है, तब तो मैं साधु संत बन जाती, राइट? सो आई ऑल्सो हैव द negative traits, the bad traits, right? And that define how we respond to situations and people, right? While the most common belief that these traits remains fixed, but you know, with a proper understanding, with proper mm, attention towards that negative personality traits, we can really develop our positive personality traits, right? So personality development is about building our capacity. It is about building our capacity, nurturing our talent, nurturing our talent, hmm? and uh, enhancing new skills, working on our weakness and transforming them to our strength. So the scenario, the micro and the macro environment in today's world is changing. There was a time when academics used to be the most important thing, but now you see that if you are not good in academics, there are so many skill development things you can do, and you can really start a new career for yourself, right? There are so many different kinds of offbeat career. My parents or my grandparents could have never thought of that. Like somebody is becoming a blogger, somebody a food photographer, somebody becomes a stand-up comedian. stand-up comedian आजकल के ज़माने में बहुत ही एक lucrative करियर ऑप्शन है. लेकिन क्या हर कोई स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन बन सकता है? आप मुझे बताइए. आप लोग देखते होंगे स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस, आप लोग देखते होंगे स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, राइट? तो आप मुझे बताइए, आपको अच्छा भी लगता होगा. मुझे तो कभी कभी बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब थके हारे, एंड ऑफ द डे, I'm very tired, so somebody is saying something, blabbering something, and I'm laughing at it. That's very refreshing. That is very refreshing. So mm, uh, mm, but can anybody or everybody become stand-up comedians? Can anybody and everybody become stand-up comedians? Say for example, I think I am a good communicator, but I can never be a stand-up comedian because मेरे personality में वो trait है ही नहीं, right? मेरे personality में लोगों को हंसाने के लिए जो traits चाहिए. तारक मेहता का उल्टा चश्मा मेरी मम्मी भी देखती है. तारक मेहता का उल्टा चश्मा पता नहीं क्या देखती है, लेकिन देखती है. वैसे मैं टीवी नहीं देखती हूँ. आई डोंट वॉच टीवी. uh, but yes, that's a very very favorite show. But I'm talking about stand up comedians. एक आदमी एक माइक के सहारे इतने सारे ऑडियंस को डील करते हैं, इतने सारे ऑडियंस को डील करते हैं, राइट? So that is a personality trait. That is a personality trait. You understand what I say? That is a personality trait. So, so, mm, uh, Monu, Kapil Sharma show. Okay, that's good. That's good. So, this is what personality trait is. दिस इज व्हाट पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट इज। किसी के पास कुछ है, शायद जो कमेडियन है वो शायद कॉलेज गया होगा, नहीं गया होगा, मुझे नहीं मालूम, बट देर आर मेनी मेनी वेरी वेल लर्नड एंड वेरी वेल एजुकेटेड पीपल हु आल्सो डज वेरी डिफरेंट थिंग्स। तो इस चीज को पहचानना, इस चीज को पहचानना, इस हुनर को पहचानना is another personality skill of ours. So as an individual we have unique skills, we all have our unique skills, right? um, mm, we have our own unique skills, so which is different from, which is different from each other. So if I want to be like Simu and Simu wants to be like me, perhaps we would fail. शायद मैं सिमू जैसे नहीं बन पाऊंगी, या सिमू मुस्कान नहीं हो पाएगा या हो पाएगी, या अनीता मोनू नहीं बन पाएगी, लेकिन हम लोग खुद बन सकते हैं। आई कैन बिकम पारमिता धर, मुस्कान कैन बिकम मुस्कान, पूनम मोनू कैन बिकम मोनू, राइट? Like Monu's personality, she was very upright with any individual who tries to disturb the class. वो एकदम स्ट्रेट वे बोलती है कि भाई ऐसा मत करो, अगर क्लास करना है तो करो, नहीं तो निकल जाओ। दैट इज अ पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट, that is a personality trait. It's a very very positive personality trait according to me. I think it is a very positive personality trait, right? So it depends, and it varies from person to person. It varies from person to person, right? And how we nurture that strength. First of all, we have to identify those personality traits कि क्या सही है, क्या गलत है। मुझे बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा आ जाता है, that is my personality trait, that is my personality trait, right? और मैं बहुत जल्दी दुखी हो जाती हूँ, बात हुआ कि नहीं हुआ मैं रोने लग जाती हूँ, है कि नहीं? बात हुआ कि नहीं हुआ मैं रोने लग जाती हूँ, राइट? नहीं, मैं नहीं रोती हूँ, मैं एक एग्जाम्पल दे रही हूँ सिमू। मैं तो लोगों को रुला के रख देती हूँ, खुद नहीं रोती हूँ। आई डोंट क्राई, आई मेक पीपल क्राई, यू नो। So it is so important for us to identify that. It is so important for us to identify that. Yeah, Varun, good evening. Right? And we all like a personality. What kind of personality do you like? खुद को छोड़ दो, जब अगले को देखते हो तो what kind of a personality do you like? What kind of a personality do you like? Tell me. Amok Singh, good evening, Amok. Good evening, Amok. Tell me, what kind of personality do you like? Speaking and caring. Okay, speaking बात तो हर कोई करता है बेटा, लेकिन speaking and caring मतलब you want somebody while they speak, you find that they do care for you. So somebody who is very empathetic in nature. Somebody who is very empathetic in nature. Do you mean that? Do you mean that? Simu, I'm waiting for your answer, my dear. Who care for me? Prabhat Joshi, yes, I agree with you. We always like people who care for us. We always like people who care for us. Absolutely, absolutely. And Amok Singh, soft spoken, kind hearted, right attitude. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amok Singh, I think SKD University has a separate admission window, admission group. आप प्लीज वहां पे जाके बात कर लीजिए एंड इट्स वेरी वेरी it's a very very helpful system in the university. आप थोड़ा सा वेबसाइट में देखिए एंड यू विल गेट ऑल द डिटेल्स ओवर देयर. ठीक है अमू, प्लीज ये आप थोड़ा सा कर लीजिए. आई थिंक इफ एनीवन इज हियर फ्रॉम एसकेटी यूनिवर्सिटी इन द सेशन टुडे, कभी कभी रहते हैं ये लोग, तो आप लोग थोड़ा सा प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड कीजिए अमुक सिंह के क्वेश्चन पे. राइट, सो काइंड हार्टेड, गुड नेचर, सॉफ्ट स्पोकन, right attitude. Oh my, that's a very very important word that Monu said, that right attitude. And what, on what does our attitude depend? वाओ मैम जी, अच्छा जी, लेकिन ये वाओ किस लिए है बेटा जी? प्रियंका जी, ये वाओ किस लिए है? तो इसलिए आप लोग, आई मीन, वेयर वाज आई? Yeah, this attitude. On what will this attitude depend? On what will this attitude depend? The attitude will depend upon my personality. My personality will depend upon the attitude, right? So, how this personality development sessions or all these things important in today's age? When we were children, like you, like when we used to go to school and college, we had no idea about developing our personality development courses, soft skills, spoken English. कुछ spoken English फिर भी तब थोड़ा थोड़ा था, स्पोकन इंग्लिश फिर भी तब थोड़ा थोड़ा था, लेकिन ये सब तो था ही नहीं. बट व्हाई आर दिस इम्पोर्टेंट? दीज आर इम्पोर्टेंट बिकॉज पर्सनैलिटी, व्हेन आई think about my personality, that means I am giving importance to myself. Yes, Dolly, I agree with you. We all like people who are patient and good at heart. That's very important quality. You can be anything, but if you are good at heart, you are a better human being. So, personality development, when we start thinking about our personality, when we start thinking about how it is being done, we actually take care of ourselves. Let me tell you, my dear young friends, we want to do a lot of things for the family, for the society, for the country, and so on, for humanity, for mankind. But the first step starts from mind. So if I take good care of myself, I will be able to take good care of others, right? So, personality development, when we start thinking about personality development, we actually try to develop our qualities, right? Because we are now conscious कि मेरे पास कौन सा सही quality है, कौन सा उतना सही quality नहीं है. It empowers us to take the right decision and choose wisely. We all take a lot of decisions in our life. We all take a lot of decisions in our life, right? Out of those decisions, some decisions are correct decisions, some decisions are incorrect decisions. But we have to understand the fact that we are not superhumans, that we will take all decisions correctly. We might fail at times, but the ability to accept and the ability to mm, understand that failure and learn from that failure depends upon two things. One is our attitude, and the second is our personality. Am I clear to all of you, my dear boys and girls? Am I clear to all of you? Right? It also assists us in communicating clearly, convincingly and precisely. किसी ने यहाँ पे लिखा था communication, जो one who communicates well. So, who is a good communicator? A good communicator is someone who speaks wisely, who speaks proper knowledge of what you are telling. आप सुनिए, यू प्लीज लिसन टू मी, आई थिंक यू विल गेट टू नो व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग. अच्छा, अपार्ट फ्रॉम प्रभात जोशी, बाकी सारे लोग मुझे बताओ, क्या आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? मोनू, अनीता, राजेंद्र, गणेश, सिमू, गगनदीप, कविता, डॉली, सारे लोग एक बार बताओ, बिकॉज ये बोल रहे हैं कि ही इज नॉट बीइंग एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. देन आई थिंक आई नीड टू लर्न फ्रॉम द एंटायर ग्रुप की समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं. Are you people being able to understand what I'm saying? Okay, Monu is saying yes. Muskan is saying yes. Anita is saying yes. Okay. Okay, fine. So, Prabhat, you can tell me कि आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है. मैं उस जगह को फिर से आपके लिए एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगी. अनीता, थैंक यू सो मच. सिमू, गगनदीप, थैंक यू. प्रभात जोशी, मैं आपसे बोल रही हूँ कि इफ यू आर नॉट बीइंग एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, प्लीज प्लीज डू टेल मी क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. आप इंग्लिश या हिंदी में लिख सकते हैं. आई कैन रीड एंड अंडरस्टैंड बोथ, एंड आई विल बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन इट अगेन फॉर यू. एम आई क्लियर? Right? So, as जैसे कि we all like somebody who talks nicely to us, isn't it? So, to talk nicely to us, what are the three things that we need to keep in mind? One is language, one is clarity in speaking, and the other one is precise. बहुत सारा बात. The main topic for today, Prabhat, the main topic for today is personality development. Every day. Is this your first session, Prabhat? Is this your first session with us? Is this your first session with us, Prabhat? Please do let me know, then I'll be able to handle your case separately and perhaps a bit better than when I'm talking in a group, right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, okay. That is the problem. Actually, Prabhat, it's been 1 month, 1.5 month, more than 1.5 month. हम लोग रोज यहाँ पे मिलते हैं. एसकेडी यूनिवर्सिटी की फेसबुक पेज और यूट्यूब पेज में एक लाइव सेशन रहता है हम लोग का रोज 5 से 6 बजे के बीच, जहाँ पे हम लोग स्पोकन इंग्लिश, कम्युनिकेटिव स्किल्स और पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के वेरियस इश्यूज को लेके बात करते हैं और एक दूसरे से सीखने की कोशिश करते हैं. ठीक है? तो आज हम लोगों ने बहुत सारा सेशन किया है. मोर देन 35 sessions I have actually taken, because it's a 6-day week session. Only Sundays I don't come. So a lot of sessions I have taken. What you can do, my dear, is that you can go to SKD University YouTube channel, or you can go to SKD University Facebook page, and you will find all these episodes are being there. So you can just put any of the episodes on and listen to what we have discussed. I think you will find it interesting. What do you think, my dear team members? Right? तो पर्सनालिटी, जब मैं अपने पर्सनालिटी पे ध्यान दूंगी, राइट, जैसे मैं आप लोगों को हर टाइम बोलती हूँ कि आप लोग मिरर के सामने खड़े होके कुछ बात कीजिए. और अभी तो आप लोगों का कैमरा फोन है, तो कैमरा फोन में खुद की बात करने का जो तरीका है, जैसे अभी मैं बैठ के बात कर रही हूँ ना, मैं देख पा रही हूँ कि हाउ एम आई लुकिंग. No, I have not dressed up very much for the session, but I have prepared for the session. So I can actually see what I'm saying and how I'm looking and what is my conviction, where my language is at fault, so on and so forth. And this is actually giving me a feedback. आप लोग भी अगर ऐसे करोगे, कैमरा ऑन करके और उसको रिकॉर्ड करके, बाद में जितना बार आप देखोगे ना, उतनी बार आपको नए नए गलतियां, नए नए तरीके का इम्प्रूवमेंट दिखाई देगा, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट हाउ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग. ठीक है? क्लियर? सो दैट इज इट. वन ऑफ द मेजर Okay, now let me share a small PPT for you. It's a very small one, but I think if I share it with you, it will be easier for you people to understand. एक मिनट, थोड़ा सा तो टाइम लगता है हमें शेयर करने के लिए, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम हम लोग दे देते हैं. रुको, मैं थोड़ा उनको मैसेज करती हूँ. या गुड. देखो, मैंने मैसेज किया और उन लोगों ने कर दिया. थैंक यू सो मच. आई मस्ट से थैंक यू टू दिस पर्सन. ओके, a man is identified by his personality, public image. But you know, this is something which I have taken from the net and some book. I do not totally agree with you. I mean, with this particular sentence, because if I think that I will have two personality, one which is my public image and one which is my private image, then there is a problem. It is the totality of the person and not merely external looks, but character, behavioral traits, attitude towards life, right? ये सारा कुछ है. Personality development is the improvement of behavioral traits such as communication skills, interpersonal relationship, attitude towards life, restoring our ethics. मैं फिर से ये पढ़ती हूँ, आप लोगों को समझ में आएगा तब अच्छे से कि it is personality development is the improvement of behavioral traits such as communication skills, interpersonal relationships, attitude towards life and restoring our ethics. और यहाँ पे देखते हैं क्या क्या चीज आता है, राइट? To know your personality, we need to know character traits, behavioral traits, attitudinal traits. Character traits में क्या है? Integrity, acceptance, discipline, dedication. Behavioral traits, interpersonal traits, communication traits, leadership traits, qualities, stress and time management, attitudinal change, positive attitude, win-win attitude, keep the end in mind attitude and synergize, right? So dedication, stress and time management and synergize, that is what we see at the end. Now what do we mean by integrity? Integrity का हिंदी क्या होगा? मोनो, इंटेग्रिटी का हिंदी बताओ. Ravina, hi Ravina. Integrity is like how clear and how honest I am towards my own self, right? कुछ भी हो जाए, if I'm not going to change, that is perhaps integrity. I'm not very sure how to make you understand the meaning of integrity. How do I make you understand the meaning of integrity, right? Acceptance, accepting people as they are, accepting a situation as it is. Discipline, very very important. Without discipline, nothing happens. You know, sincerity, discipline is also to a large extent sincerity, right? So discipline and sincerity are the two things which are very very important. In behavioral traits, interpersonal skills, communication skills, leadership qualities, some people are born leader. Some people are born leaders. Some people, and for some people, the situation makes them leader. अनीता, तुमने इतना कठिन हिंदी लिख दिया ना मेरे लिए, अखंडता, उसको समझाने में मेरा एक सेशन पूरा लग जाएगा. ट्रस्ट मी, आप समझाओ. You people take the initiative, you people take the leadership role here. मुझे सच में एकाकृत, हाँ वो सब तो समझ में आ रहा है बेटा, लेकिन एकता या लेकिन उसको कैसे समझाए, पर्सनालिटी में उसको कैसे समझाए, ये बताओ आप लोग. आप तीनों मुझे ये थोड़ा सा हेल्प कर दो, मोनू, मुस्कान और अनीता, राइट? Some people, good evening, Sarika. Good to see you, my dear. Some people are born leaders, right? Some people becomes leader with time, with time. ऐसा भी होता है कि जो बच्चा बहुत टिमिड था, किसी से नहीं बात करता था, धीरे 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 सिचुएशन के हिसाब से वो उसका पर्सनालिटी चेंज हुआ, ही बिकम्स अ लीडर विथ टाइम. सबको साथ लेके चलना, अच्छा ठीक है, बहुत अच्छी बात है मुस्कान. समझाओगे तो आप ही लोग, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, मतलब आई कैन एक्सप्लेन दिस इन इंग्लिश बट नॉट इन हिंदी. एटीट्यूडनल चेंज, यस. एक छोटा सा बात हो तो हम लोगों का एटीट्यूड कुछ और होता है, एक बहुत बड़ा सा बात हो कुछ और होता है. जैसे जिस दिन हम लोगों ने एटीट्यूड के सेशन, एटीट्यूड, पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड के बारे में सेशन में डिस्कस किया था, उस दिन मैंने आपको बताया था कि जब कोविड शुरू हुआ था तब लगा था कि अच्छा ठीक है, इंटीग्रेटेड, यस, एक साथ कोई काम करना, ओके फाइन. हम लोगों को लगा था कि ओके शुरू कुछ एक है, कुछ वायरस है जो खत्म हो जाएगा. वी हैड ट्रस्ट इन द सिस्टम, वी हैड ट्रस्ट इन आवर मेडिकल फ्रेटर्निटी, सो ऑन एंड सो फॉर्थ, राइट? फर्स्ट वेव चला भी गया, बहुत नुकसान हुआ, लेकिन सेकेंड वेव में जो नुकसान हुआ उस पर हम लोग का एटीट्यूड एब्सोल्युटली चेंज हो गया. उस पर हम लोग का एटीट्यूड एब्सोल्युटली चेंज हो गया, है ना? विन विन सिचुएशन, ये विन विन सिचुएशन मैं थोड़ा सा आज आप लोगों को बताऊंगी. इस विन विन सिचुएशन इज लाइक, जो लोग बहुत पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड रख के चलते हैं उन लोगों का, ये थोड़ा सा मैं शेयरिंग बंद करती हूँ तो समझ में आएगा मुझे. जो लोग बहुत पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड रख के चलते हैं उन लोगों का ये विन विन सिचुएशन बहुत काम में आता है. दे ट्राई टू डू थिंग्स which will be beneficial for all the parties who are involved in that activity, right? For all the parties who are involved in that activity. Okay, so that is a win-win situation. That is a win-win situation, right? Am I clear to all of you? Am I clear to all of you? Yes. So that is again another very important part of personality, our personality. Managing stress. Managing stress. We all have stress in our lives. छोटा बच्चा से लेकर एकदम 80 years के जो बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, सबके लाइफ में बहुत सारा स्ट्रेस है. Managing that stress. Some can do it very well, some cannot do it. Yes, Anita, you're right. Some can do it very well, some cannot do it. So how do I manage stress? Managing time, that is also another very important, very, very important personality trait. Managing time. How do we manage our time? How do we manage our time also depends on our personality. कोई लोग हैं जो बहुत अच्छे से टाइम मैनेज कर सकते हैं, कोई लोग हैं जो एकदम हर जगह लेट, हर जगह देर से पहुंचना, हर काम लास्ट मिनट पे करना, डेडलाइन मिस करना. दैट इज ऑल्सो पर्सनैलिटी ट्रीट. किसी का है ये प्रॉब्लम? किसी का है ये प्रॉब्लम? आई हैव अ फ्रेंड हु इज ऑलवेज वेरी लेट. तो आजकल हम लोग अगर कोई किसी जगह पे 4 बजे जाने वाले होते हैं तो उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं कि 3:30 बजे मिलना है. और हम लोग खुद 4 बजे जाते हैं और वो भी 4:15 तक आती है. सो दैट्स अ पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट. क्या आप लोगों के साथ भी ये प्रॉब्लम है? No, ma'am. Very good. You should always be very, very punctual. Punctuality is an integrity, right? Okay, now let me again share this for you. फिर से थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा. फिर से थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा. अभी मैं आप लोगों को या सारिका, you have problem with time management. Okay. थोड़ा सा हम लोग वेट करते हैं. ये हमारे जो स्ट्रीम यार्ड या कुछ है, इनका भी थोड़ा टाइम मैनेजमेंट का प्रॉब्लम है, बिकॉज जल्दी से वो शेयर नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो इनका भी थोड़ा पर्सनालिटी में टाइम मैनेजमेंट का प्रॉब्लम है. चलो, देर से ही लेकिन आ गया. So there are 9 types of personality, right? That I could make out for you. One is perfectionist, one is helper, one is romantic, one is achiever, one is asserter, one is questioners, one is adventurers, one is observers, and another one is peacemakers, right? So, who are the perfectionists जो हर बात में perfection ढूंढता है और in the process makes a mess of everything. You know, a perfectionist will take his or her time. A perfectionist will take his or her see everything again and again and again and again. I do not know whether it is the right type of personality or wrong, because I'm here not to judge which one is right or which one is wrong. मैं यहाँ पे ये आपको समझाने के लिए नहीं बैठी हूँ कि क्या राइट है और क्या रॉन्ग है. मैं ये समझाने के लिए बैठी हूँ कि किस तरह से और हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट्स are there, how many types of personality traits are there. So number 1 we have perfectionist जो हर बात में perfection ढूंढते हैं. Number 2 we have helpers जो सबको बहुत सहायता करते हैं. और ऐसा अगर कोई फ्रेंड मिल जाए ना जिंदगी में जो बहुत हेल्पफुल हो, your life is made. You know, what is not showing, dear? What is not showing? Are you being not able to see the presentation, the page which I have shared? जो पेज मैंने शेयर किया है, क्या आप वो नहीं देख पा रहे हो? जल्दी से बताओ, जल्दी से बताओ. पता नहीं मोनू क्या बोल रही है. टाइप्स ऑफ पर्सनालिटी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. अभी अभी क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? Okay, helpers are those who are always ready to help people. Romantic people are those who are lost in their own world, ख्यालों की दुनिया में रहने वाले. Achievers are those people who are always in a competition with people around and with themselves. कुछ भी वो करते हैं, they want to go for the next level. They want to go for the next level, right? Okay. Okay, am I clear? Achievers are those people who will who always competes with either external entities or their internal self. Questioners are the people who are always questioning. हर बात पे सवाल. That means they are always in doubt. They are always in doubt. Questioners are the people who are always in doubt. They are never satisfied with things that is happening. Adventurers are the people who adventurers are the people mm, who are very daring and who loves to experiment, who loves to see new things, and they do not actually worry much about the results, because whatever the result is, they are ready to accept it. But they cannot have a very boring life, sit ideally and observe things, right? Observers are the people who are quite wise people who observe things and they try to understand. And peacemakers are the people who are always trying to adjust, trying to make people happy so that peace is continued. Perfectionist, realistic, conscientious and principled. Example, Narayan Murthy of Infosys. I do not know if it is correct, but yes, he is a perfectionist. Helper are warm, concerned, nurturing and sensitive to other people's need, like Mother Teresa. Achievers like mm, Sachin Tendulkar, of course, is very, very goal oriented. I'm so sorry. Very, very goal oriented. Romantic people like painters and all, poets and painters. Observers are those people who are like writers. If they do not observe, they will not they will not mm, they will not mm, understand people, and they will not be able to write. Questioners are the people who are responsible and trustworthy because they ask questions, they have doubts, and they ask those questions not only for themselves, they ask these questions for everyone around, right? So, like Karan Thapar, who's a very renowned journalist. Adventurer could be one who is energetic, lively, optimistic. Asserter are direct, self-reliant, self-confident and protective people, right? जो हर काम होगा इस पे विश्वास करते हैं. An example is given here. T.N. Session, he's no more. He was the chief election commissioner of India once upon a time and a very, very assertive person. Peacemakers are people who are receptive, good natured, and supportive people. They seek union with others and the world around them. Example, our ex Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. But here, this is a very interesting example which has been given here. I'd like to tell you one, that I'm saying that Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a peacemaker, but at the same time, but at the same time, but at the same time, I would also tell you that it was during the prime ministership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee that the Kargil war was fought. So don't think that a peacemaker will keep on making peace at the cost of everything. If India had to fight a war and there was no other option, the prime minister, who is known as a poet, he was a very romantic person, a peacemaker, a very learned person, an asserter. But at the same time, he also gave his note for the Kargil war. So ऐसा नहीं कि मैं कुछ हूं तो मैं कुछ और नहीं हो सकती हूँ. Depending upon the situation, ये सारा कुछ होता है. Are you being able to understand मैं क्या बोलना चाह रही हूँ आप लोगों को? Are you being able to understand what I'm trying to say, my dear boys and girls? अच्छा, एक एक काम करो आप लोग. You do one thing. Let me help you a little bit. Would you like to have this PPTs from me? Will it be helpful to you? So you can write to me, and I will mail it to them and mail it to you all. You can take my mail ID, my name Parmita Dhar. ये PARMITADHAR जो मेरा नाम है स्क्रीन पे, all in small letters, and at the rate rediffmail.com, at the rate rediffmail.com. So you can mail me there, and I will be able to share this teaching aid that I'm using for you with you all, because ये सब मैं आप ही लोगों के लिए लाती हूँ, तो आप लोगों को देने में मुझे कोई परेशानी नहीं है अगर ये हेल्प करता है. लेकिन जो हेल्प करेगा वो है जो इंग्लिश ग्रामर का जो टीचिंग एड दैट आई यूज फॉर यू ऑल. Those would be very very helpful for you, because you can practice on that, because you can practice on that. So what was I saying? That when I say that he is a peacemaker or he's an assertive person, he's an assertive person, doesn't mean that that person will remain peacemaker at the cost of somebody's life, or at the cost of the safety and security of the country, so on and so forth, right? So the personality might change with the change in environment, with the change in situation, with the change in situation. Now, how to become a better version of yourself? Now, the next thing which comes to our mind is how to become a better version of ourselves. हम मैं जो हूँ मैं उससे और मैं जो हूँ ठीक हूँ. I'm happy about myself. I think all of you are happy about yourself. अगर मुझे लगता है कि मेरा ये एरिया ठीक नहीं है, like I'm not being able to speak in English well. That is a problem with so many of us here. So what we can do, we can take some teaching help, we can take some aid, we can join a class, we can go to a teacher, we can do some online sessions like you are doing now, and develop that area, right? At the same time, we can just leave our comfort zone, and and we can just leave our comfort zone and try to take the initiative to do things which otherwise we fear in doing. जैसे मुझे साइकिल चलाने में बहुत डर लगता है कि मैं गिर जाऊंगी, मुझे लग जाएगा, तो एक दिन साहस करके वो काम कर ही लेते हैं. The moment I learn it, गिरेंगे, पैर कटेगा, खून निकलेगा, इंजेक्शन लेना पड़ेगा. It's a part of the learning, and once I learn to do that, I am totally sorted of it. Clear? समझ में आ रहा है? और क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग? What else we can do? We need to do it in a very very tedious manner. रोज practice. अभी हम लोगों ने देखा था कि how discipline, how sincerity is important, right? We have to give ourselves a kind of a benchmark कि आज इतना करेंगे. So if we are able to do it, we win. If we are not being able to do it, the next day we try again. We will never give up. है कि नहीं? Right? Evaluate ourselves. बहुत सारा बुक्स पढ़ेंगे, वीडियोस देखेंगे. आजकल यूट्यूब में इतने अच्छे वीडियोस आते हैं, वो देखेंगे, वहां से जानने की कोशिश करेंगे, सीखेंगे, लोगों से पूछेंगे, टीचर्स से हेल्प लेंगे, मम्मी पापा से हेल्प लेंगे, फ्रेंड्स से हेल्प लेंगे. एंड इन द एंटायर प्रोसेस वी लर्न how to develop our own personality. There are a lot of personality tests which are available online, free. You can always do that, and you learn how to you actually first learn to identify your own personality, and then you learn how to improve, how to refine your personality. Am I clear to all of you? Am I clear to all of you, my dear friends? हाँ कि ना बोलो. All clear, ma'am. You know, युद्ध में सिग्नल देते हैं all clear, shoot. तो हमारी सिमू और गगनदीप वो लोग ये सिग्नल दे रहे हैं. ओके, सो आई कैन सी अनीता, मोनू एंड मुस्कान. चलो ठीक है. कल फिर से मिलूंगी आप लोगों से एक ग्रामर का एक टॉपिक लेके. होपफुली आई बी एबल टू ब्रिंग दैट टॉपिक फॉर यू टुमारो. और फिर हम लोग करेंगे टाइम मैनेजमेंट, हम लोग करेंगे स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट. और क्या करेंगे बोलो, सोच के आना और क्या करेंगे. ठीक है, आज के लिए बस इतना ही. आई विल सी यू टुमारो एट 5 o'clock. टिल देन यू टेक वेरी गुड केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ एंड बाय बाय.